ठीक है। और एक बात मैं कहूंगा, कई ये लोगों के खुदायां हैं, वो क्या क्या जो पूजा करते हैं, कितने राम लक्ष्मण दुर्गा लक्ष्मी फुला क्या क्या है, कितने भाई हर 8 दिन में एक नया पैदा हो जाता है। अब तो नए आ गए, गणेश थे वो थे महाराज, अब हनुमान जयंती आ गई, रामनवमी आ गई, लक्ष्मी मालूम थी, ये भाग्य लक्ष्मी आज तक नहीं सुने, ये कौन सी नहीं है भाई। और दुर्गा सुने, ये सुने, बहरहाल मैं क्या बोलूं, कैसे कैसे नामा है। ये मुबारक महफिल में वो मनुष्य नामों को लेके खराब करना नहीं चाहता। बताइए मगर भाग्य कहां से आई है?
Here's a little known fact. According to Muslim sources, the pagans, the idol-worshipping polytheists of Mecca, were far more tolerant than the Muslims. Consider this passage from At-Tabari's history, which refers to Muhammad's early preaching in Mecca. The messenger of God proclaimed God's message openly and declared Islam publicly to his tribesmen. When he did so, they did not withdraw from him or reject him in any way, as far as I have heard, until he spoke of their gods and denounced them. Notice that the Meccans had no objections to Muhammad peacefully preaching Islam. It was only after the tolerant of all religions Muhammad started viciously attacking the beliefs of the Meccans that disputes began to arise. A few pages later in At-Tabari we find that Muhammad was harassing the Meccans by mocking their gods and their values. One day the Meccans were discussing Muhammad and they said, "We have never seen the like of what we have endured from this man. He has derided our traditional values, abused our forefathers, reviled our religion, caused division among us, and insulted our gods. We have endured a great deal from him."
अरे अल्लाह का शुक्र है मेरे सामने ये माइक है, कल को ये माइक नहीं कुछ और था मालूम। तो हिंदुस्तान की 1000 बरस की तारीख में दुनिया ने उतना खून खराबा ना देखा होगा जो खून खराबा इस मुल्क में हो जाएगा।
As they continued talking about Muhammad, he came up and said, "Hear, men of Quraysh, by him in whose hand Muhammad's soul rests, I have brought you slaughter." Sounds like a threat. Muslims often complain about the intolerance of the pagans in Mecca, but don't ever forget that Muhammad preached in Mecca for more than a decade, and he made it out alive, after years of criticizing the religious beliefs of the people there, and even after threatening to slaughter them.
अरे हिंदुस्तान हम 25 कौड़ है ना, तुम 100 कौड़ है ना, ठीक है, तुम तो हमारे से इतने ज्यादा है। 15 मिनट के लिए पुलिस को हटा लो, बता लेंगे किसमें हिम्मत है, कौन ताकतवर है। 15 मिनट हटा लो।
If that's not clear enough, we can always turn to Muhammad's words in Sahih Muslim. The Messenger of Allah said, "I have been commanded to fight against people till they testify that there is no God but Allah, that Muhammad is the Messenger of Allah, and they establish prayer and pay zakat." What's that, Muhammad? You've been commanded to fight people only in self-defense? No, you've been commanded to fight people until they become Muslims. And this is exactly what we find in the Quran. "O Prophet, strive hard against the unbelievers and the hypocrites, and be unyielding to them, and their abode is hell, and evil is the destination. O you who believe, fight those of the unbelievers who are near to you, and let them find in you hardness. Muhammad is the messenger of Allah, and those who are with him are severe against disbelievers, and merciful among themselves." So Muhammad harassed the pagans for years. He derided their values, abused their forefathers, reviled their religion, caused division among them, and insulted their gods. That's what he did when he didn't have an army. When he was strong enough, Muhammad conquered Mecca, took over their temple, smashed their idols, and eventually issued the command to slay them wherever you find them.